Get a car and bus, bro. Is what they're doing illegal or just a D move? Still being a D, being a bad dude. Doesn't mean you have to be in solitary confinement, bro. Let's explain more what's going on because this ain't court, man. I'm just watching videos, man. We just watch videos right now, bro.
Cam, and now she's in this house, right? And there's sex toys, and they're staying up all night. And
all right, so Andrew Tate's in prison for a crime he may not committed, but then again, that is crime. And he is going through he has found a whole different set of things to complain about other than women. Let's hear from Feisty.
A fan actually managed to zoom in and catch a glimpse of Andrew Tate in prison. These guys,
by the way, this is Feisty as well. I'm gonna put a link down below to the pre-video.
Do anything. Apparently this is him in solitary confinement. It's all fun and games on the surface for things, but actually prison is a lot darker than it seems for him.
Oh, you're telling me? I thought it was in England. When I found out he's going to American prison, I said, yeah! The same prison they got Suge Knight in. And Epstein's apparently magically something gone in. Ooh.
Doing a keto. He's doing a keto. No.
That is Andrew Tate right there. He's watching us record this video, and nobody's gonna offer this perspective.
I can't even see who it is. If it is Andrew Tate, don't look like. It looks like half of his head.
That we're gonna
I see
offer,
his chin.
and
I don't see the
Andrew
rest
Tate's
of Andrew.
the only one that's gonna understand it, and he's gonna take our advice, and he will fly us out and have a meeting and a podcast with us. Mark my words.
The actual reality is Andrew Tate has moaned on X about his time in jail since being arrested, describing
shout out to Feisty again. He's done a lot of work.
Water, persistent stomach problems. Apparently he's literally been shitting himself in prison, no visitors, and a neighbouring inmate who is a cannibal who screams through the night. We all know 23 hours in solitary confinement you can lose track of time, but also someone screaming through the night where you cannot sleep either. These guys, I said it and I'll say it again, even weeks in this place are not going to come out mentally the same. They're going to come out disturbed.
That's one thing as well. Like, there's one of these things where I remember what Andrew Tate used to talk about, right? But this is like, it reminds him and like even me and people watching, like, there's a whole heap of problems in the world, bro. Women, masculinity, one of them, bro.
As someone said on X, Andrew Tate and his brother are reportedly facing intense hostility and verbal abuse from other inmates at the Miami Federal Detention Center, and their lawyer arguing they have a target on their back. Has anyone told their lawyer what the two have done to women? Andrew Tate just tweeted day 11 in this special
Don't look too bad, dude. Don't look too bad.
Unit. This is punitive housing for people who murder their cellmates. No commissary, no phone calls, no yard time. The worst conditions the US Gov provide terrorists and psychopaths. I'm innocent until proven guilty. Extradition detainee. I'm wanted by a foreign state, and I'm an American citizen, so why am I here? He also said he's getting thousands of letters received from the UK. They always say that we're heroes and that everyone loves us, and nobody in the UK believes the government. They're also asking why the US is treating me this way. I wish I had an answer. So actually now, Andrew Tate and Tristan have been accused of serious charges to do with women in the UK, but we've actually seen a victim, a lawyer, speak on her behalf about some of the charges and accusations that are put against the Tate brothers and why they're locked up now.
met Tristan Tate when he came to visit Miami. They met online and then ended up meeting in person. And, she thought he was charming and she thought he was impressive. He was really successful. He was showing off as he does. Like, she felt incredibly special that he wanted to spend time with her and that he was interested in her. She said, like, he made her feel incredibly special and she thought they were falling in love. So when he invited her to come to Romania to be with him, she was excited to...
All right, man. Tristan, Andrew, they were doing some pimping. They were doing some damn pimping. Let's be honest, bro. Come on, bro. I remember what they were doing. A little bit of pimping was going on. But if they kept the passport and they, you know what I'm saying, restricted their movement, that's one thing. But I don't know. Pimping was happening. I know some of these girls may have made an S-tape one time in their life for their boyfriend, but okay, they made a career of it. All right, now, did you see it? Let's see.
They paid for her ticket to get there. She flew over to Romania. She essentially started seeing red flags and felt like things were not...
Bro, I thought it was just nudes, bro. I thought they was sending nudes. I didn't know it was this.
From the beginning. She thought she was going to spend time with Tristan in Romania, that their relationship was going to develop. That was the purpose of her coming, that, she was a musician. She would, find work, play her music, grow her music career.
I actually remember that. That's celebrity. That's the island thing where that was T4. I remember this. This is pretty lit.
But repeatedly, she's being, introduced to this webcam business and being asked if she wants to do it.
The problem the Tate brothers are going to have in the UK, if their core allegations are that they just got women and forced them into doing webcam, they've said this numerous times. No matter how much you slice it and dice it and say it's political, they've said numerous times that they got girls who thought it was going to be their girlfriend, but their main objective wasn't to get with them, it was to get them to do things on webcam. They've said that themselves.
You don't have to do it, but just think about it. And here's someone who does it. And all of the women are living in a house together, and they're all seem to be working on.
Let me know what you think of the current boss, bro. Is what they're doing illegal, or just a D move? Still being a bad dude. I mean, you have to be in solitary confinement, bro. Let's explain more what's going on, because this ain't a court, man. I'm just watching videos, man. We're just watching videos right now, bro.
Webcam, and now she's in this house, right? And there's sex toys, and they're staying up all night, and people, these women don't seem happy, and all of them are in a relationship with one of the brothers, which is strange. Do they work there, or are they in relationships? Why are they in relationships with someone they're supposedly working with? It didn't feel right, and she starts to panic. She formed a connection with another young woman there, Mary Doe, and once they started talking, comparing notes, they just realized that they were lied to, that they were brought over here for some other purpose than what they thought.
Somewhere actually the lover boy method is really popular is Amsterdam, where these women are selling themselves, but they get a boyfriend who controls it. They're basically saying these women were working under the impression that their partners, they're going out with Andrew and Tristan, and they're essentially doing it.
Alright, so with this one, right? Probably the lover boy thing and everything like that, right? Is like coercion and stuff, right? If they're choosing to do the sex tape thing, that's just you know what I'm saying? That ain't illegal, bro. That's just bad decision to taste it, man.
That reason. But
I don't know about you, bro. But I know I can't get a girl to bake the beans and toast, bro. What's going on, bro? I can't make a girl to bake toast, man. No one make a career out of it, yo.
They realized Andrew and Tristan have said the same things to all of them, and it was just to get them into webcam.
They just wanted to leave, and she's, communicating with her parents, like, I'm just going to sneak out of here. Communicated with a friend who was a Marine sergeant. And so, like the brave serviceman that he is, she just wanted to sneak out. But he had been trained. He knows he has an obligation to report human trafficking, and that, he's not going to leave her to try and figure this out on her own. He did the right thing. He made a report to the U.S. Embassy, and so that initiated a raid. And so, we don't know what happened behind the scenes, but eventually the different Tate properties were raided, the women were rescued, and Jane Doe and Mary Doe just did the right.
Shout out to the Marine, bro. Shout out to the Marines.
Right? They were taken into custody by law enforcement, and they did the right thing, and they cooperated, and they told the truth of what they saw and witnessed and experienced.
People have said on Reddit that UK prisons will be a lot better than what they're experiencing now as they wait to get extradited. People said, I'm sure he'll keep us updated on his Twitter, what he's like. Reading through the paperwork of the UK case, one of the most bizarre things I found is them offering £20,000 to the UK government courts to say, reveal the victims in which women are actually accusing us, and they actually declined it. This is on the official document. On August 11, 2025, the CPS again rejected the offer, telling the complainants, whilst you've offered the undertakings that your clients will not disclose the complainants' identities and would pay £20,000 if they did do so. Basically, if the Tate brothers come out and said, look, these are who are accusing us, they're saying in their lawyer's defense that they will get cyber attacked. All these victims won't stand a chance at a fair trial. They get bullied online. It'll be hell for them. They're saying if anyone else finds out and that's the case, we'll pay $20,000. The Tate brothers knew this UK case was coming up, and to try to get ahead and prepare themselves for it, they put an application to say, let us know who is actually accusing us of the crimes of rape and human trafficking and all the stuff you're saying. But they rejected it.
And you look kind of cool there still, man. That's 30-something-year-old, man. Obviously, the fight was bad, but it looks all right there.
Protecting the victims.
Obviously, back to the massive crimes.
Still. And obviously it's going to be the ways they started webcam and what made them get into it. And the Tate brothers have left a massive digital footprint because it was actually selling courses on how to start yourself. So these guys have said everything they've done and have pretty much been accused of, and how they got these girls into it when they said stuff like this on camera.
Be in charge of her own phone contact with members who like her. You are setting yourself up to get scammed. All she has to do is type a sort code and account number to a member, and that has happened to me before. Yeah,
the tutorials on how to manage your holes. Yeah, man. Damn. These don't look good, man.
I went to the room.
I don't even think I still don't think what my best do is illegal, bro. But obviously, he made a spear campaign. They said to the every government on earth, yo, come down. The men are coming, man.
Smashed the room up. Told her I knew what she did. She sent me all the money, but that has happened to me before. Let them take full control over their accounts. They will run away. I like to keep the girl's passwords. I logged them in and logged them out. If you give the girl the password to her account, there's a chance she could run away and try it by herself. I've had that happen. Be in charge of her own phone contact with members who like her. You are setting
you're putting up on loop? Damn!
herself up to get scammed. All she has to do is type a sort code and account number to a member. And that has happened to me before. I went to the room, smashed the room up, told her I knew what she did. She sent me all the money, but that...
My bro, you smashed the room up? My man, yo!
happened to me before.
We know, especially in the UK, when it comes to rappers and stuff, they will literally be playing these videos to them in court and showing the jury the stuff. And it's going to be their own words that end up putting these guys behind bars if they do so. Remember, this is manipulation in many different ways.
It's not illegal.
For a lot of people,
smashing the room up might have been those.
the dichotomy of your life is an interesting one. You stated the view that modesty is feminine empowerment. Taking your clothes off on Instagram is not empowering. It's empowering to say that no man but my husband can see my body.
Correct.
And yet, your past, this contradicts your past, where you had women on webcams.
Correct.
And this is what you're accused of to a large degree.
Well, accused of, it's not a crime. So put it.
No, I mean the sense that, you know,
that's what I'm thinking. But then he said, yo, he smashed the room up and controlled all the money.
Contradicts, and especially, and we'll talk about you becoming a Muslim, but it contradicts your faith.
Absolutely, and that's the beauty of life. The beauty of life is as we grow, we change. And I've been very honest and open about the fact that I used to have a business which helped girls make money on the internet. It's kind of funny because I grew up in Luton, I grew up in a council estate, single mother household, in a council estate. The most crime I was around, I was in the kid.
Bro, now you make it sound like Top Boy, bro. Why you setting yourself up like this, Andrew?
School who got arrested for murder. There was kids who stole cars and crashed the cars and died.
That was season 2 of Top Boy. My G, man. Andrew, man.
House was burgled 3 times. My neighbor's house was burgled. I knew drug dealers who were driving very nice cars at 19. I grew up around all the worst crimes. I didn't do any of them. None of that. What did I do? I helped people get traffic to a website.
This is a massive crime around the world that it's not cracked down on enough. I do think Andrew Tate drawing so much more attention to himself and being so outspoken definitely did draw more eyes on this case to do the investigating stuff, but he left a massive digital footprint, which in this day and age is actually going to be used against you in a courtroom to put you behind bars when you say things, whether you meant it or not. A lot of the stuff he was talking about many years ago before he was this famous actually matches up with the crimes they're accusing him of is his biggest problem.
The prosecutors in Romania allege that Andrew Tate was in charge of the business. In the past, he's played up his role.
I had one question here, though, right? Like, if it was such a crime, why they hold him for a year then release him? Like, obviously he's getting charged on a different crime now. It's a different government charging him. Bro, that was a crime in a different country, bro. That's beyond their jurisdiction. He got charged for it and came out innocent. Well, that don't make no sense.
Premises, and I had 75 girls on the books. They weren't all working at once, but I had 75 girls who would do like 1 shift a week or 3 days a week or 7 days a week. 75 women worked for me at the peak of it all.
So how many women worked for you?
Don't know. Can't remember.
You were saying 75 at some point?
Yeah, that's a complete lie.
Damn!
I'm not making up the numbers.
Sure.
Everything I'm saying now is everything I've seen on your website at some point.
It's difficult for me to say exactly how many women worked for me. I can't think of a number. There was a while when I was involved in managing some women. This is 10 years ago at the very beginning of it. And I made some money, but it's not the beginning of my empire. It's not why I'm successful, and it's not something I have anything to do with anymore.
Andrew Tate had a controversial
Damn! So in your sense up, man.
Kickboxing career, but it's an argument to say that this guy never would have had the funds to actually push his content the way he did through all these channels if he didn't start this webcam business. So if he never done...
Damn! My man grew out the beard. They come from my man like Saddam Hussein, bro. Damn!
To get to being a millionaire, he couldn't have pushed his content out there and used people at the start, so we wouldn't have seen the Andrew Tate today without this webcam business.
In the case file, the women say they were not allowed to leave the house on their own. How much freedom did the women that worked for you have?
They didn't work for me. They worked for themselves, and I helped them with a few things. I had less control over them by helping them out than any normal boss of any normal job would have control. I just helped them find a cameraman. And the idea that I had control is absolutely insane. I had less control than the boss at McDonald's has over McDonald's employees.
But Andre, what you're saying is diminishing your whole webcam business to just being the person who found the cameraman for the
Correct.
women.
I'm telling you, there was never a substantial webcam business that made £300,000 pounds a month.
So you lied about it.
It was, I wouldn't say it was a lie. Certainly there's been a lot of exaggeration online. I'm certainly not the only one guilty of it. I think everybody on Instagram is exaggerating. Filters exist, rented cars exist. People exaggerate on the internet. I'm the only person who's being punished for it.
Can't destroy it, bro. You said that straight like 2 cents, bro. Bro, I'm seeing 15 girls. Now I'm hearing 75 girls. Now I'm hearing now it's reverted to the one and only religion on earth. Come on, my bro. What's going on?
Andrew Tate wanted to make money, but he never saw it was going to come. He actually got too famous for his own good because it was COVID, it was the pandemic. People was constantly scrolling through their phones. His clips had them engaging. He was the most Googled man on the planet. That means people want to find out more about it.
Heaven forbid. If I wasn't famous, would any of this be even...
I told you, man. I told you. The fame done him. Like Michael Jackson. That's how it happened, bro. He got Michael Jackson famous, and then he changed up his whole thing. This is his Thriller.
No, of course not. So I did this back then. I was a younger man. I didn't know then what I know now. Now I have different morals and different principles and a different outlook on life, and I wouldn't do it again, of course. And I'm sure if you ask any 37-year-old if he thinks the same as he did when he was 21, well, they're probably going to say no. Jay-Z used to sell crack. He was a drug dealer. Now he's a mogul of the music empire. That's how it goes. That's life. Sometimes as a man, you got to get out of the ghetto. It is what it is. And I'm not going to sit here and say sorry for it or pretend to be sorry. I know that I didn't do a fraction of the bad things I could have done or was offered to do. I mean everything.
Yeah, mate, but you kept telling all the governments involved, they ain't this and that and come for you. Now, mate, even if he's true, they're coming for him, bro. They're going to lie on his ass. You know that, right? The government can lie on him, man. Never mind.
I said here, I mean that female empowerment is modesty. A woman who is powerful doesn't have to be ogled and stared at by random men, because when she decides to cover up, she's saving herself.
All right, so you see what's going on. Now my man's in American supermax prison and finding out that, yeah, government people lie, bro. It's full of people that lie, bro. Ay, damn.
The people she cares about or believe gets to see her. That is empowerment. I believe girls who get constantly naked on the internet are not empowering themselves. They're actually embarrassing themselves. I do believe that. Did I once profit from that 15 years ago? Yes.
So you've evolved.
Of course. I think I'd be
The
a fool
reason
if I
Andrew
hadn't.
Tate does have somewhat of an argument in some capacity, I'm not saying he's not guilty of any crime, and obviously there is other charges that go along with it. I'm saying nowadays there's been an era where men were pushing women into OnlyFans constantly. That is manipulation and the same sort of thing. They would also hire out mansions. It could be a form of human trafficking where they're staying there. They didn't want to do it at first, and women regret things after. So this could become an issue for many people, not just Andrew Tate, in the modern day world. They didn't have 75 women, but there's been various influencers that had at least a couple.
I wasn't even like trying to make it happen. It's like someone low-key came to me about it, or like I was talking to someone about it, and it all kind of just happened. And then from there, I kind of like never looked back, and I just kept scaling it.
How many girls do you have now?
Right now, I have like 6, 7, but I had like a lot, like double that at a point. But I kind of just like keeping it small and just focusing on like, you know, just making everyone as big as possible. Because sometimes you have to spread yourself too thin across, you know, 20 people.
And the Tate case is always going to be worse.
What? Why you got the most least pimping kid out there talking about pimping, bro? Sound cool though.
Others, like I said, because they sold a course on this, they left an entire digital footprint of what they was doing to be used against them. And to throw it in as well, they got very serious charges of rape. We know how difficult that is to prove in a courtroom. We covered the Young Fiddy case, we covered a bunch of cases on this channel. We'll see how them allegations play out and the proof they have for that. But that, mixed in with trafficking, is going to be a very long trial when they finally touch the UK.
Let me know what you think in the comment box. If he did do it, or what he should do if he did do it, or even if what he did was really that much of a crime more than like just a series of bad decisions. Let me know.